Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and Thirsty Thursday with me, Honey. Today's drink of choice is just water, and I thought it would be super festive to start using my cute Valentine's Day tumbler thingy-majiggies. I bought these last year and I used it around Valentine's Day and then I put it away. So I figured I'd take it out. But I am just drinking water today because, just because. I don't know why I didn't I think I'm not in a mood for tea right now, and I'm probably going to go make me some green teas, some of my Tazo, in a couple hours when I'm like hitting rock bottom. I was up super early this morning and the twins haven't been feeling all that great, so I'm kind of downing. But yeah, so I'm having some water now. So I reached out on Facebook the other day and I asked for ideas on what you guys think I should talk about on this week's Thirsty Thursday. I'm going to update you guys really quick on my weight loss. I am down 3 pounds. Whoop whoop, whoop whoop, whoop whoop. Which was kind of unexpected, but I noticed lately that I just haven't been as hungry. Maybe because my monthly friend is visiting next week. So I'm just not having much of an appetite. I'm not too sure. So we'll see. Still doing my workouts. And what I'm going to do, I used to do this on my old channel. Those of you that followed me from here know. I used to, as part of my vlogs, I would post hauls. So, for food, for grocery shopping. So I'm actually going to do that now, since I go do major grocery shopping usually on, let's see, when do I go? I usually go Sundays about 2 times a month. We'll go to Costco. We don't normally we buy everything we need. I stopped shopping at smaller stores like Foodland, which I used to, which is up here, which tends to be a little bit more expensive. So I've been buying a lot of things in bulk, but I'll show you guys what I pick up, from cereal to drinks. Kind of boring, but kind of interesting at the same time, so you guys can see what I'm eating. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to do that so you guys can see what kind of greens I use. Oh, I have a cut on my finger. What the fridge? I just went to scratch my finger and I see a cut here. Owie. Okay, anyhow. Back to the nitty-gritty, ready? Okay. So yeah, I did lose the 3 pounds. So I'm down to 249. now, and again, like I said, my goal next year is to be below 200, so let's see how that works out. I've been trying and trying, and even if sometimes we do have naughty stuff, like last night my husband treated us to Serpico's, which is an Italian restaurant. We did have New York style pizza. I only had half of one regular slice, so my slice was about that big. So, you know, and then I ate whatever regular food that I would normally eat. And I've been really bad about doing my weekly food roundups too. So I'll try to do my food, my dinner diaries again for you guys, where I film over the day. But anyway, 3 minutes past. Hello. Okay, drink my water. So I was asked as a suggestion by a couple of my subscribers. One of them here is called I Love Dawson's Creek. Another one, I'm not too sure what her YouTube channel is, but she comments on my posts on Facebook a lot. So I really appreciate that. I see it and I appreciate it. So thank you so much. But they wanted me to touch base on relationships. A few of the suggestions was about relationships, about, you know, how to build relationships. And I get this suggestion a lot. People tend to look at my husband and I's relationship and wonder, how the frick is that even possible? I don't know how to explain that to you. In my opinion, I think a relationship is not 50-50. A relationship is 100% and 100%. 110 and 110. No matter how you look at it, you each have to put in an equal amount. So when people say that a relationship is 50 and 50, I think that's wrong, because that means you're only giving half of yourself, each of you, to put together that whole, and that's wrong. A relationship is where each person should give equally, but they should give 100% of themselves to put into that relationship. Once you figure out that, your relationship should work out fairly well. My husband and I have been together. September will be 17 years that we've been together as a couple. This coming April, we will be married for 13 years. Lucky 13, baby. But, you know, it is a work in progress. The relationship is, you know, it's about love. It's about compassion. It's about knowing what the other person needs and wants and desires, and try to make sure that you accommodate them along those ways. It's about love too. If you feel in your heart you don't love somebody, I honestly don't think that you should be having a relationship with them. That's just me. But a relationship is not just you and that person. As much as you'd like to think so, and hello, I will let you know right now, it is never that. You have outside influences. You have family members that, you know, are your outside influence. You have friends and everything like that that kind of sometimes work against your relationship. I'm not going to beat around the bush and be honest about that. It happens. I have people in my life. I'm not saying family members. I'm not saying friends. But there are people in my life that, you know, they don't want to see me and my husband together. Whether it is a form of jealousy, whether it's because they don't have that kind of love in their life, there's always some kind of force working against you. So that's when your love with this person needs to shine through, needs to work through all of that and be able to conquer whatever comes your way. And if you guys can work together as a team, again, 110%, 110%, you guys put that together, you don't have an issue there. Your love and your bond is too strong for people to kind of break apart. You know, with regards to how you deal with some of these influences, whether it be a positive influence, a negative influence, you know, do you embrace them? Do you take them as suggestion? And that again is hard. It is by a scenario. It's kind of the whole, how would I put that? You kind of got to take it in stride, so to say, when you're dealing with outside influences and stuff. But you and your loved one, whether it be your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, what have you, you guys need to be able to know and be confident enough in your love for one another that anything that gets thrown your way, you can take care of it. You can cast it away like it's nothing, or it can be something that is positive in your life, and you need to be able to develop that, if you know what I mean. Relationships starting off are never awesome, or they're completely awesome, but I call that the honeymoon stage. Now, have my husband and I gone through that? I'm sure. You know, I started dating him, I was a senior in high school. He had already been out of high school. I still had a curfew, so it was a little bit difficult for him, because he was already out of high school. He was hanging out with friends that could stay out all night because they were all out of high school, and here he was, his high school girlfriend, who was still in high school, who had a dad who was very strict. I hear a lot of people say that their fathers were strict. No. My dad was so bad, he used to come out with the rifle, the shotgun, the 9mm, one of his many knives, any gun my father had in the house, and he had a lot. My dad was a military man, he's also a hunter, so he's had a plethora of weapons. Not to mention, my dad is fully versed in Kung Fu, Taekwondo, Jeet Kune Do, and he has all of the size, all of the things like that. So it was stressful to bring any boy home. It was more stressful than anything to bring home the man I loved. And so, you know, you work past all of that kind of stuff and you realize that, yes, I'm going to fight for this woman, even if her dad's going to shoot me because I love her, and vice versa. Now, I'll tell you guys a story. Since Valentine's Day is next week, my husband and I didn't just go out. I was a stalker. Yep. I seen my husband for the first time at my homecoming game my freshman year. He was playing football his senior year against our team. So he went to a different school. And his school was playing against my team. And it was halftime. I was heading to the concession stand and he was heading into the locker room. And he took off his helmet just before he got in the locker room, and I swear I almost fell over. I was head over heels in love with this guy instantly. If people tell you there is no such thing as love at first sight, I am proof of that. Almost 17 years later, and I am still head over heels in love with this man. I would give my life for him. I have. In many cases, in many senses of the form. So that was my freshman year in high school. He was a senior, and I wasn't allowed to date, but I wasn't about to let this guy go. And one of my really good friends had gone to his school. We grew up with each other, and when it came time to go to high school, she actually switched and ended up going to his high school for a year because he went to private school. And she tracked him down. She found out what his name was. And yeah, I really wanted to hook up with him. Well, that didn't work out that way. And I didn't forget. I always thought about him, but I just never seen him again. Fast forward to the following year. I'm sophomore in high school and I go to this dance. It's a lock-in for students staying straight. So, you know, drug-free, alcohol-free kids. I'm pretty sure they still have those programs now. And it was a lock-in. And I'm in there, and they lock us in, and the lights go down, and so we're there for the next 12 hours. And lo and behold, Kevin comes walking in because he's part of the DJs that's running the music. It's like a dance lock-in kind of deal. And I was like, oh my God, he is here again. He is here. And yeah, I got to dance with him that night, and I was super duper stoked and super duper excited, and then hoped that maybe we would hook up. And my girlfriend that I was at the dance with hooked up with him a few days later. Yeah, I wasn't too happy, but everything happens for a reason. So they were together for maybe a couple months, maybe not even. And he went out with another one of my friends, who we are no longer friends anymore. How, I don't know how that happened. Apparently, I was telling one of his guy friends, who happened to be one of my friends from small kid time, that I was telling my guy friend, I like your friend. And he was like, oh, well, he get girlfriend. He not into you. You're not his type. He was telling me this for 3 years, okay? I later find out, after I approach him, the ending of my junior year, I tell him, okay, am I ugly? Like, what the hell is going on? Why doesn't your friend like me? And he finally said, I never told him. And I was like, wait, what do you mean? He's like, I never told Kevin that you liked him. So I was like, why would you do that? You lied to me the last 2 years. Because my friend, my guy friend, was at that dance. He was also working as DJ with him. So that's how I kind of kept track of him the next year and a half, 2 years. And my friend had said that he had still liked me from intermediate school. So he didn't want me to hook up with his friend. Well, I was in high school and I was a big fat titta back then. If you don't know what a titta means, that means I was a tomboy and I was a fighter. So I turned around and I basically told him, you better tell this guy I like him, I'm gonna kick your ass. Basically, that's what I said. And he did. And we hooked up a month later. And we'll be married 13 years in April. We'll be together 17 years in September. And our story is still being written. So, like I said, I'm a stalker. I admit it. I get asked this all the time, and this very story is actually in the process of being written into a book. Because every time I tell this story, people are like, oh my God, you have to write this book, because it is so unbelievable. 4 years I chased after this man. So whenever, you know, my husband will tell me, I don't know how you put up with me. Sometimes he will say to me, and I'm always like, I chased after you for 4 years. I've already invested that much, plus another 13 married and 16 together. Trust me, we got a lifetime more together. And, you know, again, like I said, relationships, everything my husband and I do together, we do together. Everything we plan together, we plan together. And I'm lucky because I have an awesome man. There are very, very few people in this world that can say that they do. There really are. And those of you that are that handful of people that can say you have a fabulous man that will put you above any and all else, hold on to him, ladies, because there are very few of them out there. And those that are out there, they need to be snatched up, like seriously. You know, my husband has promised to take me to see the world. I was a poor girl. Everything I had, I worked for. And here comes my husband, who came from a family that had money. Not completely well off, but doing good. Because he came from a family of law enforcement. And my husband's in law enforcement again. You know, that's his field of train again. But I never been outside of Hawaii, and he promised he would take me to see the world. He promised to take me to Disney World. He did that. He promised to take me to Washington, D.C. He did that. And I got to meet President and First Lady Obama and Secretary of Defense and the senators for Hawaii and so many other things. We got to do an experience, and he's taken me everywhere. So our lives have just begun. Even if we've been together almost 20 years, our lives have literally just begun. And that is about a relationship. It is about devotion and love and sacrifice. And once you figure that out, sky's the limit. So I'll be touching base a little bit more. This was kind of a long video. I'll be touching, but I wanted to share my story with you guys because everybody always asks, they're like, what's up with you and your husband? You guys are so like corny. I'm like, what are you talking about corny? They're like corny because like you guys still hold hands, like you still kissy, like you guys been together for so freaking long. Why you still do stuff like that? Why not? He still holds my hand. I still hold his hand. We hold our hand when we fall asleep, each other's hand. We kind of sleep with each other. He opens my door for me every single place we go. Everything I have in life today, right now at this moment, my house, the clothes, all my makeup is because of him. And I've been able to be a stay-at-home mom now for 5 years and do the things I love to do because of him. So I'm going to touch base on different types of relationships. I was asked about how to deal with in-laws and stuff like that, and that's a toughie, but I'll definitely figure out a way to kind of discuss it that's a generalized point of view so that we are not pinpointing any certain person. I know this was a long video. I hope you guys enjoyed it because I enjoyed sharing it with all of you. Like I said, Valentine's Day is just a week away, and I figured this would be a great opportunity to share my love story with you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Thanks for joining me here at Thirsty Thursday with me, honey. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.